You know, I really hate it when I'm wrong. And that's why I'm happy to say I was completely right about everything to do with the brand new Fire TV sticks. So I released a video a few days ago that went over the brand new TV devices that I thought were coming out from Amazon. And I pretty much nailed almost every single aspect of what I said. So yes, Amazon has officially announced the release of 2 brand new Fire TV devices, plus a bunch of other Amazon ecosystem devices, including a pair of Amazon smart glasses, which we will be doing a review on. But you guys really want to know, what are these 2 brand new devices? So we're going to break down both the 2nd gen Fire TV Stick 4K and the 2nd gen Fire TV Stick 4K Max. Amazon hit a lot of aspects exactly on the head. They knew what the community wanted, and they pretty much got everything right, while still leaving out a few things I think people are going to be genuinely annoyed about. However, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button right down below, give this video a big thumbs up, and like always, for the first hour to 2 hours of this video, I try to answer all of your questions and comments. So let me know down below if you got any of these aspects right, and if you were as right as me. So there was 2 new devices announced. Let's start with number 1. So the Fire TV Stick 4K has been out since I believe it was 2019, and at the time that was their highest offered model, but it hasn't gotten any performance upgrades since. So this was the first major announcement. Now we're going to go over all the specs, but basically what Amazon did is they took the Fire Stick 4K Max and they essentially repurposed it into a Fire Stick 4K 2nd generation. Now there is a few minor changes here or there, but that's basically the summary of that situation. But the major upgrade is the brand new Fire Stick 4K Max, which I at the time had dubbed the Fire Stick Ultra, but they decided to keep the same name. Now this one actually does see some major improvements, including one thing that I think everybody has been asking for since like 2016. And no, it's not USB-C, okay? They did not add any new ports. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the specs and also look at some of the other information around this device.
Okay, so before we look at specs and all that information, let's start with the release dates. Now, they'll all be released on September 27th, so I can actually just move this over here a little bit. So the release date's coming pretty quick, so you guys can expect full in-depth reviews. You know, we'll do a day 1 unboxing and testing, and then of course we'll do a more in-depth review after I've had a chance to use it. But this is the brand new Fire Stick 4K right here, and then I also have the Fire Stick 4K Max over here. The first thing I want to show you is the number 1 thing I got right. They did a redesign. Yes, I said they were going to do something, curve the corners. I believe I said multiple times in videos, and they did that. They made it a sleeker device. Does this make any difference whatsoever? No, this matters to nobody about anything. But does it look a little bit better and like they put a little bit more effort into designing it? Sure, they hired some college kid to go on a diagram and like cut the corners, and they were like, this thing is amazing. But yeah, okay, so they fixed that. That's number 1. But let's look at the specs, because that's what you guys really want to know about. How have they improved this? Now, I want to start with the Fire Stick 4K Max to point out the number 1 improvement everybody has been waiting for. It's right here, baby. 16 gigabytes of storage. Yes, you can actually put more than 3 apps on your Fire Stick now. So this is the number 1 selling point of the brand new Fire Stick 4K Max. It's going to give you way more storage with that already powerful system. Now it has way more storage than the Chromecast. It has way more storage than the ONN streaming stick. It now is one of the biggest storage streaming sticks that you can get that's official device. And that makes a huge difference for you using the device. You know, now when you're not going to get that low storage message just because you put 4 or 5 third-party applications on. So huge addition. Now, as for the regular Fire Stick, they did just leave it with the 8 gigabytes, which I don't have a problem with. Like I told you guys, they basically took the regular Fire Stick and they turned it into the Fire Stick Max. And that was kind of their plan here. So let's look at specs. I'm just going to move my head here. So we're going to focus on these 2 columns, right? Oh, these 2 columns right here, the Max and the 4K. So the 4K stayed, I believe, the same price it was before, but the Fire Stick 4K Max has now taken a jump up to $60. I thought they said $70 in the AFTV news article, so maybe it's wrong. Okay, but spec-wise, both them received an upgrade in their chips. Okay, so their processors, the Fire Stick 4K basically received a slight upgrade to what would be the equivalent to what the 4K Max was, pretty close. On top of that, it did receive an extra half gigabyte of RAM. It is, let's get the specific RAM type here, LPDDR4 RAM. So now it has 2 gigabytes instead of the gigabyte and a half that it had before for the Firestick 4K. So that should see us with the processor some sort of performance increase for sure. But other than that, they improved to Wi-Fi 6, but that is it. They really didn't improve anything else. The Firestick 4K has received slight upgrades, like I said it would, but it's not going to be this amazing system that, it's just if you want a slightly cheaper Firestick, now they have one $10 apart on a sliding scale of, good to better, right? Is basically what they've created here. So on top of that, we have to talk about the 4K Max, because this is the system that saw the major improvements. Now, it did receive a processor upgrade. So if we go here, we can get the exact processor. So it went from the MediaTek MT8696T quad core. Oh no, that's the new one now. So that was an upgrade from the 1.8 gigahertz CPU from before. So it's a slight upgrade on something that was already an extremely powerful system. So it's not like, either way, it's going to probably make a huge performance difference. The RAM stays the exact same, so you can still expect 2 gigabytes of RAM, but it has upgraded to Wi-Fi 6E instead of just Wi-Fi 6. So I remember that was something we talked about with the Max. Now, Wi-Fi 6E, it's not going to be useful for 90% of you, 99% of you probably. So it's not a feature that really is compatible with most routers right now to start with. However, we will be talking about that soon enough. So that's the major thing. But obviously that major part that we're talking about is that 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, the last exciting part, there is this little feature too, which is the Fire TV ambient experience. So now it's going to have that home screen that your Fire TVs have. I don't really care about that much. It's a cool little just like operating system update. The best part is the best part. Where is it? Well, we'll just show you right here. So they have created a new Fire TV OS for the Fire Stick. So they are going to be shipped with Fire OS 8. So that means going forward, most of the updates will probably be pushed towards Fire OS 8. They typically still support the older operating systems for a little bit, so those will be compatible. But now you can expect Fire OS 6 to be like pretty obsolete, because that'll be the old Fire Stick 4Ks, really, that mostly run it. So you can expect your other Fire Sticks to run perfectly fine for a while, but this is what all the new devices going forward are going to have, is Fire OS 8. So that's a major upgrade to the operating system. Hopefully we see some interface changes and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool. So we'll look and see what Fire OS 8 is going to have. It looks like it was already available on tablets, but this is like the first Fire TV experience with it, not the portable tablet type. So I really want to hear what you guys think down below in the description. And if you have a check-in, and if you have a second and you want to support the channel, one of the best ways to do that is to purchase a VPN through the link down below in the description of the video. It's right here, upgradeguy.link/expressvpn. You get a great piece of software that you can use on any of your devices to not just help circumvent Netflix's geo-restricting, but also to help protect your digital identity online for a cheap price. And if you don't like it after 30 days, go ahead and cancel and get all of your money back. So I want you guys to let me know down below, what did Amazon miss on this? A lot of people are saying the USB-C, and yeah, that's a major miss, but they're never going to do that to begin with. So I honestly think they almost got everything right here. It's a really great addition, and I am extremely excited to test it out. Let me know down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one.